I think it's pretty safe to say that when we examine the Skywalker saga, the true face of this franchise has got to be Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one thing I will say that I am really looking forward to seeing in this movie by JJ is exactly how he's going to utilize all of the different cameos from the originals and the prequels and inserting it into this film in order to really make it serve a purpose to some of the sequel trilogy characters like Kylo Ren and Rey in this story that'll move them forward throughout the plot. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art, and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Anakin Skywalker. Specifically, it's described that one of the costume designs for a sequence involving Daisy Ridley were dubbed as Anakin's ceremonial robes. Additionally, one of the concept art descriptions consists of what appears to be an older version of Anakin with a more wrinkled face and maintaining the Hayden Christensen appearance. It's said that one of which includes a rear shot of Anakin standing in front of a bonfire with Rey and R2-D2 in front of him. It's described one of the plans is to age the face of Anakin from unused footage of Attack of the Clones, creating an older Anakin with the shorter hair and applying elements of Sebastian Shaw's face to the Hayden footage. Though negotiations are still underway for Christensen to return for the reshoots in April in the meantime, these are the techniques that will be applied for the movie. Another of which included an older Anakin in traditional Jedi robes for a scene holding Rey's hand. During the months of November and December of 2018, a sequence was shot that included an actor in the costume design dubbed as Anakin's ceremonial robes. It's described that the actor had CGI markers on his face. So, I really want to go over a couple of parts about this that are really getting me very intrigued about this movie, about all of the different techniques that are coming into play here in order to recreate the character of Anakin Skywalker in Episode 9, the light side version, of course. Now, this is not the Force Ghost, or should I say the hybrid Force Ghost version. This appears to be the regular Force Ghost that's affiliated with Rey and other characters that are affiliated with the light side. So, first things first, ceremonial robes, in case you guys have no idea, these are the robes that, the Jedi often wear when, they're about to burn something down, or a certain Jedi has died and they have passed, and they do the bonfire, the funeral pyre, if you will. We saw a great example of this in The Phantom Menace at the very end of the movie, and in a very strange way, we saw a parallel to that at the very end of Return of the Jedi, with Darth Vader burning as well in the same fashion as Qui-Gon. So, like I say, you can really see the parallels there. But when it comes to Anakin Skywalker, alright, this is where things begin to get very intriguing, is that one of which actually is going to be actually including footage of Hayden Christensen from Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, but we already know that. However, what's really interesting is that they plan to actually age the face of Anakin from Attack of the Clones and basically creating this older version of Anakin that would serve as a in-between version of him, of the one that we are all familiar with in the prequels and the Sebastian Shaw version. That brings us to Sebastian Shaw. Some of the elements of Shaw's face will be applied to the Hayden footage. Now, like I say, there are still negotiations on getting Hayden back for a sequence where it's going to be actually him on the set for one of the reshoots coming this April of 2019. So April's going to be a very busy and important month for JJ and crew in order to really get things right. We do know that a lot of them have to do with some of the cockpit scenes for the space battles. So when we look at Episode 9, the other thing that I do want to go over is another concept art description went over how there are traditional Jedi robes used for Anakin Skywalker in the scene in which he is holding Rey's hand in front of this bonfire. Now, during the months of November and December of last year, a sequence was shot that included an actor in the costume design, dubbed as Anakin's ceremonial robes, with CGI markers on the actor's face. So, the CGI markers are, I believe, just trackers. I don't think that they're gonna just CGI Anakin's face, from the ground up. I think that these are basically markers, basically where you want to place the actual footage of Hayden from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. And if you look at the original footage, or should I say the original art in The Force Awakens, with the hybrid Force Ghost, there was an actual original plan for that in episode 7 that never made it to the final cut of that movie, and that version of Anakin had the shorter hair, not the long hair from Revenge of the Sith, but the shorter hair, just like in Attack of the Clones. So though this version is not the hybrid Force Ghost, this is the light side version, and I'm getting very interested to see exactly how Disney and Lucasfilm are going to go about doing this in a successful way. So with that being said, guys, what do you think about the reshoots coming this April? Do you think that they will finally get Hayden on board to act in this movie for a little scene in the movie, apart from just using footage and CGI techniques and, different actors doing this and that? Let me know what you think about all this below in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon,